Hey boss, this is Rich with Boss Foundry, and in today's video I'm going to go ahead and cover for you. So how much money can you really make as a product manager a year, and kind of like what recruiters basically don't want you to know. So in terms of how much money you can go ahead and make in product management a year, let's go ahead and break it up into a few things. I'm going to go on built-in, and I'm going to go ahead and compare a few product manager roles across a few different experience levels. I'm going to go out there and just do a real rough search here on LinkedIn. I'm also going to go ahead and actually take a look at where I live right now. Okay, where I live right now, what product managers go for in New York, which is probably one of the most expensive places to live in the country, if not the world, and what that ultimately means for you in terms of salary-wise if you were to go ahead and compare it actually on a really cool website. It's called talent.com. You can go ahead and actually plug in a job title here and then basically find out exactly how much it is that you are making. Actually, while we're on the topic, let's go ahead and take a look at like what $200,000 a year is in taxes. Talent.com income calculator, right? Whoa, this is actually pretty steep. So let's go ahead and actually do that. So in a rough search here, when I'm taking a look at the roles, okay, platform product manager, 80K to 100K a year. This one here is product manager for 135K to 150K a year over there in San Jose. And then 120K for 165K. Let's take a look at how many years of experience this role needs. 3+ years of experience. Not bad for 3+ years out of school. If I was to go here, 150K, 180K. When I was a recruiter, 175K to 200K. Let's take a look at this. When I was a recruiter, though, back 10 years ago, gosh, time flies when you're actually having fun. When I was a recruiter then, product manager salaries, definitely people used to like to ask me, like, were product manager salaries lower or higher 10 years ago? I probably would have to say that was higher 10 years ago than what it is right now. Because even at the very senior level here, the salary range can be $140,000 to $150,000. And if you actually plug that into like New York, if I was to say like, what's your bi-weekly pay? Well, it's like $5,100. So your monthly pay right here is actually $11,000. So it feels like you're making $200,000 a year. But $200,000 a year, you're getting like $5,400 taxed, right? So really, for $200,000 a year divided by 12, you're supposed to be bringing in $16,666. What you're kind of left with is obviously $11,239. If you go for a head or a director of product position, that can go anywhere between $293,000, $261,000 to upwards of $327,000. Also, it can go up to $360,000. At the very top of the line, I would say total comp. It's very hard to actually be able to find head or director or product manager role that's going to go up beyond, I would say, $350,000 to $375,000. All out, you're talking about like the $500,000 roles, unless it's for a FANG company. Unless it's for like FANG or for crypto or a very client-facing role, a very customer-facing role where it's a very revenue focused. It's really hard to go out there and hit that. But another way of looking at it, because I'm assuming you're on this because you want to make more money, is that I do have to go out there and say, you spend 12 months basically trading your time to go out there and get that much income. Versus, let's just talk about here, let's go back to this, right? This is the $11,239, right? So you could have a recurring income stream that does initially, if you take a look at it, if somebody, like I have a school platform here, right? And where I show people how to go ahead and do side hustles. And I talk to them, one of the things that I talk about is actually the affiliate links. And I also talk about like all types of side hustles that people can go ahead and do. Now at the time of this, it's $37. If it's increased, unfortunately, you should have got in earlier. I'm sorry if we didn't get to you earlier, but if you decided to hold out, like that's kind of on you. But for $37, and I'm giving out a lot of value, because in my classroom, I'm talking about how to go ahead and monetize off of content, coaching, courses, communities, consulting. If you're like trading your time every single year for money, you're only spending the 12 months, and then you have to spend another 12 months and another 12 months and another 12 months. If you're spending your time right now building evergreen income, which is recurring income, well, these things right here, they constantly produce money for you. So if I get, let's just say, my target is I want to go ahead and get to $11,000, right? So if I sell a membership site, or if I sell a digital product for, let's just say, $100, because one of my members very recently, okay, he posted up a win. He sold a random job hunting Airtable to a guy on LinkedIn for $95, right? And it was just done like on a landing page. I actually don't even really know. Like, they reached out. If he actually optimized that, 5,000 divided by 95 is 52 Airtable templates. Now, selling 52 Airtable templates is actually not that hard if you actually had the proper framework. If you don't have the time to do it and you hire a virtual assistant to do it, you can actually go ahead and do it like a lot easier than that. But 52 Airtable templates is not a difficult number to go ahead and move, right? Even if you had $2,000 recurring, like that's, I think, pretty good. You can sell it as a one-off, or you can sell it as a recurring. I actually have this job hunting Airtable right here. This thing actually has recurring income for me because I'm constantly adding income to it. So if the way that you're looking at it is like, okay, most of you on average is going to make about $200,000 a year as a product manager. To go ahead and make more than 200 to 250K, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but you would actually have to have a lot of stars aligned, especially if you're talking about like 350K and above. 300K, in my opinion, even in this market, is still very much doable, because I'm about to have, I actually have a video out detailing how a member was able to go ahead and do it. And judging by the views, that's a topic that I think a lot of people are very interested in. But like 300K, but you're still trading like 12 months out of the year. So if you want to go ahead and generate more income, okay, let's talk about it. I think most product managers want to get the 200, like 300K, 400K, 500K job, right? If you go ahead and you want to add another $100,000 to this annually, so let's just say right now your take home is $11,000. If you were to go ahead and make $300,000 a year, okay, your monthly would be only $15,000. So making $100,000 more a year only gives you an extra $4,000 a month, which is, honestly, let's take a look at this. 5,000 divided by, let's just say 5,000 divided by 95. Or yeah, 5,000 divided by, let's just say even 100, right? That's only 50 Airtable templates. If you sold 50 Airtable templates, and I'm just giving that as an example, you can host a community for $95 a month too, right? If you sold another batch of memberships just for 50, right? You would essentially be making $300,000, but you would be getting, depending on where you live, and I know I have a lot of friends overseas that are watching this video, you could just be making an extra $100,000 selling another 50 Airtable templates, or selling an extra digital flashcards. That's actually another one. I actually recently talked about how somebody digitized these flashcards that they used to study with, and then people offered to give them money because they didn't want to go ahead and make it on their own. These DRE flashcards, right? So there's actually other things that you can do instead of thinking to yourself like, oh, in order for me to get another $100,000 job, I have to go out there and do like 50 to 100 interviews. Honestly speaking, it's only going to bring you an extra $4,000 a month. And if you're a parent, you know an extra $4,000, not to sound ungrateful, does make a difference, but it doesn't make that much more of a difference versus like, and that's also recurring. So as you continue to add on it, you might even be able to go ahead and charge more and earn more. So if you had 50 people a month, paying you, if you had 50 people a month, paying you $95 a month to get access to your Airtable or your online community or your digital product or your online course, you would effectively be making an extra $100,000, but you wouldn't actually just have that, because when you have this, it'll continue to grow. All right. So if you're interested, this is actually what I talk about in my school, where I have other courses and other programs, and I have a community here and a calendar with where you can go out there and interact with me and see where I host calls to go ahead and actually where we actually go out there and talk about this. So I will go ahead and see you very soon. Ping me on LinkedIn if you want to go ahead and chat some more on there too. All right, talk to you later.